This ain't no game, folks. Greetings, it is I, your host, Cinema Kane, and with the new Super Mario Brothers movie coming out this week, I decided it was time to review a childhood favorite. While I know most people will call it a terrible film, I have a huge soft spot for it. So I am, of course, talking about the original Super Mario Brothers movie. I mean, the thing is, no one had made a video game movie before up to that point. Not as far as actually adapting a game. At this point, Fred Savage's The Wizard was probably the closest we'd gotten. So, to say that this was a massive undertaking would be an understatement. And the thing is if you know anything about the original Mario movie, it had just terrible problems during production. Like, the directors were completely hated by the cast and crew. The cast is embarrassed by the film because of just what a jumbled mess of a film it is. And I get all that. The movie itself is not the greatest thing ever. It was never going to win any Oscars. However, its set design, costume design, and creature design are something to marvel at. And even as a kid, I remember the reason I enjoyed watching that movie was because of the world it created. It wasn't necessarily the story, and it definitely wasn't, the fact that it was a Mario movie. The thing is the Super Mario Brothers movie from 1993 is cheesy as all hell. But it's also a movie that was groundbreaking because it was the first time anyone had attempted to do that. No one had ever thought, I wonder if we can take this guy who's jumping from platform to platform and make that into a linear, coherent story of any kind. Because let's face it, those early Mario games, I haven't played Mario in years, but those early Mario games had no story really to speak of except that you were trying to save the princess. Am I right? So the fact that they had to basically come up with a story was one thing. However, that said, from what I've heard, read, and understood about the film, the earlier drafts of the script came closer to actually adapting the actual game for a film than this one did. So the reason it got changed so drastically, if the earlier drafts were closer in tone to the game, is because of the directors that were brought on to make the film. Because they decided to adapt a pre-existing script of their own into the Mario movie. And that's why the Mario movie is not at all the Mario movie. This Mario movie, that is to say. Wow. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that while I can acknowledge that the film is most definitely flawed and not a perfect movie in any way, shape, or form, I still have a soft spot for it. I mean, how else was I ever going to learn Mario and Luigi's real name? And if you don't know, watch the film. What the hell, I'll tell you anyway. It's Mario and Luigi Mario. So, I've been your host, Cinema Kane. I hope you've enjoyed this brief review at the original Super Mario Brothers movie from 1993. If you did, like, subscribe, share this on all your social media platforms. I'm trying to grow the channel to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. I'm already up by one, thanks to whoever that was, and I'll see you guys next time at the video store.